there, E here from eEats and Healthy Treats with day 24 of the last 40 days of summer with a new salad each day. Today's salad is turkey chop salad featuring turkey chops, lemon, escarole, red tango, tomato, yellow pepper, and croutons with a sweet ground cherry dressing. Let's get into it. Starting with half of a yellow pepper, I'll remove the core and stem and any extra seeds. I'll then flatten it to make it easier and safer to cut. Then make one big cut down the center to make these a little easier to eat in the salad. I'll place those in a ramekin and set them to the side. To the tomato, I'll cut it in half and then remove the bottom section using a V-cut. Then start cutting these into strips with the meat side up. I did forget to cut out the stem, so I'll go ahead and do that. And then proceed with slicing. After it's all sliced up, I'll then cut those in half and add them to a ramekin. And set those to the side. Next, for the lemon, I'll cut one end off, then cut it into 4 rounds. I will be reserving 1/2 of this. So we do want to make them rather thin cuts, so we do have some lemon left over. We'll add those to a dish. And then moving on to the ground cherries, I'll pop these out of their husk. And I'll add them to a tall container. I'm using a 2-cup liquid measuring cup here. Over the weekend, my husband and I were walking in the woods, and then we took the field line back to the house. On our way back, I saw ground cherries. I had been wanting to figure out how to get some in my yard, so I went ahead and dug up one of the plants and brought it back with me and moved it closer to the house. Hopefully it survives. To the ground cherries, I'll add olive oil and then white wine vinegar, followed by brown sugar, ginger, and cinnamon. Instead of trying to add this to a blender, I've got my immersion blender out to give it a try. Starting out, it was a little messy, but once it got going and some liquid formed, it went a lot easier. Now onto a garlic clove, I'll cut one end off and smack it with the side of my knife to remove the peel. Then add a bit of salt before mincing this up. and I'll add it to the dish with the seasonings for our turkey. So here I have the turkey laid out. I'll mix that seasoning up with my fingers and then add it to the turkey. I did leave the garlic separate here because I will add that on after the other seasonings are added. Then flip them over and do the same thing on the other side. So over here I have a slotted pan which has a drip pan underneath it. You used to get these when you would buy an oven. This one actually came from my grandma C. I'll spray it with cooking spray and then add the turkey chops. Grab any extra seasoning that fell off and put that back on the chops. I'll place those in an oven on broil with the top rack as high as it can get. I'll broil those for 3 to 4 minutes and then pull them out of the oven. I'll then give them a flip. And then take that half a lemon and we'll squeeze it directly on top of the turkey. I'm trying to duplicate a turkey chop recipe that I used to make all the time, but it's been years and the link has gone bad to it. Then place the lemon rounds on the chops. I mainly remember the cooking method for that dish, the garlic and the lemon. I added a few spices that I thought would be good, but let's see how it turns out. So I'll pop those back in the oven for another 3 to 4 minutes. After that, I'll take them back out and I'll check the temperature. We want 165 degrees Fahrenheit. And these ones are done. Over to a clean cutting board, I'll remove the lemon slices and then cut the turkey into strips. I'll give one slice a try. Not bad, not exactly what I remembered. Maybe there were no spices, maybe it's just the garlic and lemon. Well, back to the drawing board on that. Let's dish this up. Starting with the escarole, we'll rip off the stem, then tear the leaves into pieces and add them to the bowl. Next, the red tango, I'll also rip the stem off of that and then tear them into pieces. Let's add a little color now, shall we? Start with the tomato, then the yellow pepper, next I'll add the turkey chop, and add a few lemon slices, followed by some croutons. The recipe for these can be found on day 19's video for the seared chicken Caesar salad. Lastly, I'll spoon on some ground cherry dressing. Now let's give this a taste. For this one, the turkey wasn't quite what I was going for, but it was decent. The crunchy croutons, tomato, and pepper were all good. The lettuce was a bit bitter, but the ground cherry dressing brought it all together. Its slight sweetness really paired well with the turkey. Until later, be blessed and act in love. Enjoy!